Everyone, hope everything is going well. I wanted to talk today about Bitcoin and contrary indicators that I'm seeing. Number one, when you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, you're seeing the reverse repo market from a few years ago. It was about like 2.5 trillion in 2022, right when Bitcoin was hovering around the 16 to $20,000 range. And now reverse repos, it's about I think 135 billion as of this past Friday. And I've talked about this on my sports car channel and this channel. And long story short, you had that liquidity move into all types of markets. One of the markets including Bitcoin. Okay? And the stock market and all of that. And money supply, like I've mentioned, has basically stayed constant. Number two, if you look at MicroStrategy, it is going to be added to the fund, the QQQ, that's popular with all of these high flying technology stocks. Now, why wasn't MicroStrategy added a while back, which could have added value to the QQQ? They're getting rid of SMCI, okay? And when they're doing all of that, they usually kick them out when they are laggards and they add in all stars. But how high can MicroStrategy go in the long term if MicroStrategy is solely based on Bitcoin? You have to remember these stocks like Coinbase or MicroStrategy, they have high betas, okay? And if you look at betas, these high beta stocks do well in an uptrend. They get demolished in a downtrend. If you look at the stock price of MicroStrategy in the pandemic, it peaked out around I think $1,100, something like that, and then it crashed to 120 something or whatever it was, and then from 120 something bucks, it's now what, at $400 a share. But you have to add in the fact that it's split, so it's like 4,000. I mean, so it was an incredible move to the upside, but how high can you go? This is only a 2-year move. So I'm just looking at it and I'm just thinking, okay, it's already baked into the cake. And then just a contrary indicator. I mean, you could go back a few years ago where the CBOE, they had futures for Bitcoin and they got rid of it right when Bitcoin was like about $5,000. That was the time to be buying. And then people probably went to CME futures instead. That's a contrary indicator. And then you could look at even right now, you have so many options to play Bitcoin. ETFs, you could look at the options market, like I mentioned. You could look at various means out there. And you didn't have that many ways to play it back in the day. People used to use what? Coinbase or MicroStrategy or any other stock that had the ability to, or that accepted crypto. And now I'm looking at it where some of these miners that were high flying during the pandemic, now these miners are acting like gold miners, where a lot of these gold miners have not been doing well. Yeah, there are a few, but you can see that, okay, there's only just maybe a couple stocks here and there that have been doing well. Bitcoin miners and gold miners itself. The other contrary indicator that I see is when things are golden, people are saying, oh, $1 million, $1 million. You didn't see this type of enthusiasm when Bitcoin was about, like I said, 16,000 to about 2,000. I mean, $20,000. You didn't see all of that commotion. People were scared because of FTX, and now people who weren't paying attention to Bitcoin are getting back in. Who decide, hey, look, I'm not going to open my account. Now they're opening their account. Now they're getting involved. Now we could have some crazy blow off top move in some of these coins, but ultimately the trend is lower. And then we see all of this news about a Bitcoin reserve. Now, I still wonder how that's going to work out. Are they going to, work with the Fed doing that? Is it going through Congress? What are the funds for that? I mean, is it already baked into the cake? Buy the rumor, sell the news once that occurs? That's what I'm looking at. And there's some people out there like Michael Saylor saying, hey, look, we should be selling our gold to buy Bitcoin because it's a national strategy. I mean, not national strategy. I mean, it was because of national security. I think that's flat out crazy. Over time, gold has been used because historically, that's what countries have used. Okay? We know where gold comes from. Bitcoin, we don't even know who the creator of crypto is. A lot of people say Satoshi. I don't think so. I believe it's Paul Leroux, as I've outlined in previous videos. And they think that it's going against the government, but now the government has basically gotten behind it. So it's completely different than what people wanted this to be a while ago. People wanted this to be like a revolution. It's not. It's not at all. And unfortunately, I think a lot of people are going to be burned. And just looking at history and, different religions, not one or two, I just looked at a bunch of them. You could look at Christianity, Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, my religion, Jainism. There's also, I think, Zoroastrianism. Multiple religions out there. And they talk about gold, silver, the big religions and the smaller religions. Cultures all around the world have talked about gold and silver, right? And yeah, I have some of it. And yeah, I have assets in all types of securities, okay? It's not me just pushing gold and silver here. I'm just saying that if this has been used and or it's in all sorts of religious books and scriptures and all of that, that's maybe something that I want to look into. Not some coin that may have been created by the deep state, which now we know it could be tracked easily. And now the government is co-opting it. Wall Street is co-opting it. Is this the time to be buying? I would say no. I can't tell you what to do. Am I going to trade around this? Yes. Do I trade around Hut 8 and BitDeer and some of these other miners? Yes. Coinbase? Yes. Now, I don't think I'm going to be trading these options anymore for Coinbase. I don't see an edge in it. Some people maybe, that are savvy traders could probably do that, but I'm not as good as them. And I don't have time during the day to look at, all these technical indicators like the VWAP or VWAP, whatever it's called. So it is what it is. I see a lot of indicators right now pointing that not the best time to buy. Sure, can this be traded? Sure. Savvy technicians can make a lot of money. Yes. A lot of people have made money. I've made money in various ways. Coinbase, MicroStrategy, some of these other miners. But this is, in my opinion, from a long-term buy and hold. I don't think this has much legs to go up. But who knows? I could be wrong on this. Anyways, let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.